a few minutes.
Where is the community failing? How are we failing as community leaders, as pastors, as teachers, as professionals? What are we not doing?
Well, I can tell you one of my most violent sectors in the city has 64 churches. 64 churches. What we're not doing, one, there's a lot of folks out here that want to help but don't know how to help. It's for us to show them what they can do to make a contribution to this.
And welcome to part 2 of 757 Gun Violence Chiefs on the Crisis. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Dan Kennedy. Last night we heard from the 7 cities police chiefs on the root causes of the gun violence problem affecting our communities. Tonight, as Norfolk Chief Larry Boone just alluded to, we're talking solutions.
How do we prevent gun violence and protect our families, friends, and neighbors? What role do police play in this? What about the rest of us? The chiefs agreed everyone needs to step up.
For someone who doesn't live in one of these communities where there's a lot of gunfire and they're getting up every day and it seems like it's the problem over there, what responsibility do they have? Why is it important to them? We did get a question from one gentleman, I believe it was from Chesapeake, may have been from Hampton. He said, how can I as an individual do something to prevent gun violence?
I think we all have to embrace a reality that we've created this world. We've created a world where it's not everybody that is being victimized in this way. It's not every community. And when we actually care about a problem, we see how the country reacts. We figure it out and we come together and we do something about it. I think we need to make a conscious choice. We need to consciously say we care about it, or consciously say we really don't care about it, and just move on if that's what we're going to do. But if the position we're going to take is episodically coming together around these issues, when frankly the numbers have been worse than they are now. And it seems, from a police chief's perspective, it seems random when communities or when the country at large decides to care about gun violence. If you care about this problem, do something about it, because caring looks like something. It looks like reaching out to somebody who is having a problem, occupying public spaces and connecting with the people that live around you.
Let's talk about prevention, because that's what we really need to be talking about, is prevention. How do you prevent this? Well, I think that we can put assets and resources in the communities to help people with transportation, help people with jobs, help people, point people in the right direction, connect them with the resources they need to help them make better decisions.
What are the police doing? What are public works doing? What is our education system doing? What is human services doing? That all of us together, I believe we can make a difference, but we've got to find a way to work that out together.
What can the person do who lives in their neighborhood and doesn't think they're affected by the other neighbor? Well, you are affected. Mm-hmm. And so there's this level of involvement and this commitment, which then rolls right back to your accountability question. It's not just the police holding someone accountable, it's the community entirely. We have to look at our cities, we have to look at our neighborhoods, we have to look at our nation and decide what is acceptable. And if we need to raise some standards, then by golly, let's raise some standards. But it's more than just us. It's more than just any one of us, but all of us.
I think the best thing the community can do for us is be a good partner. Give us the information that we need to be laser focused in our approach. There's not a chief here that won't tell you that there is a small amount of individuals in their community responsible for a large amount of gun violence. We need information on who those individuals are so we can do what law enforcement does.
For these police chiefs, the issues of gun violence and youth homicides are nothing new.
Now, Norfolk's Chief Larry Boone called it generational. So we pressed him on how to measure success from here on out when it comes to reducing violence in our cities.
And it's not just on the police. This is going to require a holistic approach. And we spend way too much time being performative, talking about it. Let's measure, okay, what we value. And until we do that, we're going to continue to be performative.
How do you measure what you value?
You start by, for instance, here's your poverty level. Let's decrease that. And let's hold people responsible that have some input regarding that. Same thing with education. Hell, we're held responsible for crime in those hot spots. Trust and believe we are. Those other entities, they should be held accountable just as well.
And we followed up and asked Chief Boone which entities should be held accountable. He mentioned government, education, and healthcare, Janet, in all 7 cities.
Absolutely. Well, coming up next, connecting police and the community. One chief shares a defining moment from his career, and another shares how to balance being a cop and a peer.
H2OBX is back. Your BFF Best Family Fun is open for summer. Get your ticket to the most awesome day of summer at North Carolina's most exciting water park. Just minutes from the Outer Banks. Even more fun than the beach. Now save $28 with our 4 for Fun package. Buy your tickets online today. Plenty of sun and safe family fun. Visit H2OBXwaterpark.com.
There are many reasons luxury car owners choose Lexus. And now there's another. Charles Barker Lexus is now the all-new Priority Lexus. Lexus buyers can have all the benefits of being a member of the Priority family, including Priorities for Life. Only Priority gives luxury car owners this amazing value. So why not make your next luxury car a priority? Visit Priority Lexus in Virginia Beach and Newport News. Luxury has a brand new home.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xydra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xydra! No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xydra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xydra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xydra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xydra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xydra. Not today, dry eye.
Now during the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa and sectional sale. Shop an incredible selection of beautiful sectionals on sale. That's right, great-looking sectionals at great sale prices. Make the family room your favorite room with low interest-free monthly payments. Shop fabric sectionals, leather sectionals, reclining sectionals too. Find your perfect sectional like this and more on sale with interest-free financing for 50 months. Now during the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa and sectional sale.
You're a car mechanic, but not happy with your job, and it's affecting your home life. There is a way out. You know Big Al's, but why is working with us different? We're a locally owned company with a strong corporate structure. That means pay and benefits as good as the big guys, but a more relaxed environment and management that's respectful. At day's end, you'll go home with less stress, probably the best benefit of all. See the career page at BigAlsMufflers.com.
We're continuing to track thunderstorms off towards the south. The severe weather threat across much of Virginia has pretty much ended, and really for a good portion of northeastern North Carolina. It's mainly south of the Albemarle Sound that we're seeing some of the heaviest of the rain now. This is just a 3-hour loop, and you can see how quickly everything is pushing towards the south. Still, we had some very heavy rain across parts of the area, and we have this flood advisory for northern Southampton County and central Isle of Wight County until 6:15. So that, again, will be allowed to expire at 6:15 as we haven't had much rain there in the past couple of hours. The heaviest of the rain, as I mentioned, still off towards the south, where we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of Hyde County pushing down towards the Pamlico Sound. So as we go through the evening, by 7 o'clock, mainly just some cloudy skies, all the rain out of here, and we will see some clearing a little bit later on tonight. Now, there is a chance there could be an isolated shower off towards the north, but those chances are pretty low. By 11 o'clock into the 70s, and we'll start the day in the 70s tomorrow, some upper 60s well inland. And as we go through the day, we'll see those southwest winds push those temperatures back up into the low 90s, around 93 degrees, and there is a chance of an isolated shower thunderstorm fairly low as we go into the afternoon and evening, just a stray one, mainly late into the evening and into the early part of the overnight, some of the northern areas. And then as we get into the day on Friday, another muggy start with readings in the 70s. We should see those temperatures climbing up into the low 90s once again with a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm. By later Friday evening, a cold front will approach and push through, and that'll help clear things out as we head into the weekend and drop temperatures as well. Cloudy skies outside right now, 84 degrees, so it feels like 87 with the north-northwesterly wind at 3 miles per hour. So for tonight, down to 74. Those thunderstorms push towards the south and end. And tomorrow, 93 degrees, partly sunny skies, just that slight chance of an isolated shower storm. 92 Friday, and then only in the 80s for Saturday, Sunday, and much of next week, with a chance of some of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms each afternoon.
C.E. Thurston & Sons, celebrating more than 100 years.
Make it a laid-back look, or go for a total showstopper. Make it you with designer looks, with lots of styles, colors, even pet-friendly fabrics. It's your sofa your way. Get custom designer furniture without the designer prices, only at Value City Furniture.
Worst of all, you never called, baby.
Daydreaming again? But I love you still. You know I'm driving, right?
I do.
If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
So you're thinking of selling your home. Well, how do you find buyers? In Hampton Roads, it starts with Rain MLS, the multiple listing service. When your real estate agent partners with Rain, your home will be advertised to thousands of local agents as soon as it hits the market. And because Rain.com is powered by Rain MLS, buyers and agents can find your home before it ever appears on some national sites. Visit Rain.com today to find an agent to list your property. Rain.com, local home listings you can trust.
At Tidewater Community College, we're here to help you.
I'm here to help you choose the career pathway that's right for you.
I'm here to help high schoolers get a jump start on college credits. I'm here to help you and your family take advantage of all your military benefits.
I'm here to share what I've learned from all my years of experience in the field.
I'm here to help you transfer to the four-year college of your choice. I'm here to help you find the money to do it.
We're here to help you succeed. It's our promise to you, from here, go anywhere.
The used car market has never been hotter. Shopping online for a used car is cool, but can the big name brands service it too? Buy local with Casey and have it all, including the best warranty in the area, the Casey Carefree Guarantee. 2 years, 200,000 miles of coverage. Have a car to sell? We'll pay top dollar even if you don't buy ours. Need a newer car? Casey has over 600 used vehicles to choose from. Visit us online at caseyauto.com. Value your trade instantly and complete your purchase today.
At Value City Furniture, we bring you designer looks without the designer prices, with quality you might not expect, but definitely deserve. That's why our designer looks will always outdo the competition, only at Value City Furniture.
The murder of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer sparked protests across the country last summer. Demonstrators called for justice and reform.
And Norfolk Police Chief Larry Boone stood with demonstrators during one of those protests. We asked him what that moment meant to him.
When you walked last year holding a Black Lives Matter sign, how much trust were you able to build? What did that do for yourself, and what did it do for the community?
Wow. That was a very defining moment in my career as chief. I had about 500 kids, give or take, that threatened to storm one of my precincts. And what folks don't know, inside that precinct, I had my riot control team. But I didn't want to memorialize a row of officers facing young people. So I made the decision to have my riot team stay in the building. So when the kids and some adults, they saw me, they rushed me, and a lot of them were angry. And I could feel their spittle just hitting me in the face as they said some things that, you know, they were airing their grievances. And at some point, I was able to communicate with them where they wanted me to march with them. And I knew at that moment, I said, man, this is risky because I stand the chance of losing my officers, but I also stand the chance of this crowd getting very angry. So before I march, one young man said, Chief Boone, I've seen you talk about what to do when you are in the presence of a police officer, i.e. traffic stop. Well, George Floyd wasn't driving. George Floyd didn't have a gun. George Floyd wasn't fighting, and he wasn't running. He was handcuffed, and he still died. What do you have to say about that? And he got me. I didn't have an answer for that. And he asked me if I would hold a Black Lives Matter sign. Now, I know, yeah, that was risky. But, you know, I had folks that applauded it, and I had folks that didn't. But what's surprising to me, I had a lot of retired police officers say that was brave, very brave. And I think you and your officers saved our city because we had multiple protests after that, and we never had any fires, any looting, any arrests, anything of that nature. But I'll say this, personally, I initially had some regrets, but I think I wanted to be compassionate, authentic, and bold in that moment.
Chief Boone also said some officers left the job following the protest. He said we need police reform, but we have to balance it with what's good for officers in our communities.
Yeah, so with policing under the microscope, we wanted to know how officers keep us safe without crossing the line.
As you step up patrols, as you step up policing, how do you do that and at the same time heed the concerns of many African Americans who feel like they are the target of excessive policing, excessive force? How do you do that balance?
You be a police officer. You be human. You do what our job requires us to do. Patrolling is not just about locking up people. Patrolling is about getting to know the people of the community. One of the things as a supervisor that I used to do was I would ride with my officer and I would ask him, who do you know in this neighborhood? Who do you know in this convenience store? Who do you know that lives in this area? When you begin to know your people, you begin to see them differently. They begin to see you differently. And I think the days of the legless police officer is what we used to call it. He rides past and you never see him get out unless there's a problem. Those days are, I'm happy to say, need to be over. There is a greater expectation that our citizens have of their law enforcement professionals, i.e. to be professional. That's not always easy. This is not something that just started. We have to, and you know, it's difficult to talk about and think about, especially when you're a patriot and you love this country. But this country has some deep-rooted, deep-seated feelings and emotions in our African American community woven in the fabric of our nation. We're trying to carefully extract those things, and it's not easy to do.
Police departments are now turning to technology to help keep our streets safe.
It reduces the need for officers on every corner, but we asked the chiefs, do the cameras actually combat the crime?
And a lot of times they know these cameras are there. Are you seeing that in your city as well, just the brazenness of these acts?
We did see that back on March 26th. Knowing that we have a proliferation of cameras there, knowing that we had a uniformed officer on the corner of 20th and Atlantic, we had 8 people shot. So there is a brazenness out there for a number of reasons. We all have large cities to patrol. I'm still looking at a 90 officer deficit. So I've had to redeploy officers to address crime conditions as they come up in the beach. But where that hampers all of us is we're now taking those officers from other critical assignments, and many times they're coming from our community engagement initiatives, which are almost as critically important as addressing the gun violence. We know the current environment that we find ourselves in, and rebuilding the trust with our communities is equally as important as addressing the gun violence. And when we're all down officers, it puts us in a catch-22.
Many of these police departments are still understaffed and looking to hire officers today.
And coming up next, each chief shares one final thought and how we can all come together for a safer Hampton Roads.
Nothing feels better on a hot summer day than ice-cold AC. If your vehicle isn't blowing cold, then stop by Big Al's and have it checked for free. Big Al's is here to help you save, and always the straight-up price. Call ahead and drop off with Big Al's today.
Come enjoy Apex Entertainment in Virginia Beach Town Center. 85,000 square feet of pure indoor fun. Go-karts, bowling, laser tag, bumper cars, mini golf, arcade, and so much more. For details, visit apexentertainment.com, where perfect weather is always guaranteed.
Switch, save, sizzle. Switch, save, splash. Switch, save, smart. Switch, save, savor. Enjoy the comfort and savings of clean, safe, reliable, and affordable natural gas almost everywhere at home. Convert to comfort you can count on. Make the switch and get started today at virginianaturalgas.com.
For over 50 years, Rudder Mills has helped Hampton Roads drivers with their personal injury cases. That's several generations of clients. But we're not just a well-kept family secret anymore. In fact, Virginia Lawyers Weekly reported that Rudder Mills had twice as many top 10 jury verdicts last year as any other law firm in the state. So if winning, and winning big, is one of your family values, choose Rudder Mills. Your lawyer matters.
Shop the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa sale going on now. Get big savings and endless sofa possibilities. Every Rooms to Go sofa is on sale. Save on fabric sofas, plush leather sofas, reclining sofas, sleeper sofas, and sectionals. Every sofa you see is priced low to sell fast. And only Rooms to Go offers an opportunity like this. So shop the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa sale going on now. Every sofa is on sale.
Mold, musty odors, or moisture in your crawl space can directly affect the air quality in your home. To keep your home and your family safe, contact the crawl space experts at Virginia Foundation Solutions. We've helped thousands of families in Hampton Roads fix their foundation and protect their home. We provide free inspections, we're veteran-owned, and we have over 500 five-star reviews. Protect what's most important to you. Virginia Foundation Solutions. Your home is our mission.
I'm exceptionally proud to be a University of Maryland Global Campus alumnus.
Because it's a challenge I didn't think I could do.
The teachers, they hold you accountable.
UMGC's career services are top-notch to find a job.
No other university can compete with them when it comes to the online learning experience.
Nothing feels better on a hot summer day than ice-cold AC. If your vehicle isn't blowing cold, then stop by Big Al's and have it checked for free. Big Al's is here to help you save, and always the straight-up price. Call ahead and drop off with Big Al's today.
Our conversation with the chiefs Monday night lasted over an hour, and they brought up a lot of important and valid points as we all look for ways to solve the gun violence problem.
Before we wrapped up, we asked each chief for a final thought that they wanted to leave people with. Here's what they said.
One thing that provides me hope, you know, we saw a lot of protests during the summer, but what you're starting to see now is protests, but it's protests against violence, gun violence. You're starting to see people mobilize with the same synergy they had that summer. That gives me hope. We're going to make some dividends, but it's going to take hard work. It's going to take work that requires everybody to have a role, not just police.
There are lives that need to be saved. We have too many victims, and it's not just the victims that are the fatalities. It's that trauma that compounds, whether you have a family member that's been killed or even seriously injured, or folks that are just living in the environment. My dream, my hope, is to come together as a community and save lives and make lives better. But it's got to be the community, and the time to do it is now.
The partnership with the community is what has to be underscored. And to be able to have the ability to say, full-throated, community, we need you. We can't do this without you. We need every aspect of our community, and I believe we truly can make a difference in this problem.
The good news is that there is hope. That we can change things if we all work together to do it. You know, we didn't talk about it a lot tonight, but bringing youth to that conversation, hear their concerns, their ideas, their thoughts. We a lot of times, at least for me, we figure this is what people need, or we figure this is what this community wants. But to hear from them, we need to be good listeners to what's going on.
It's not just me caring about what's happening in the beach currently, because another city may have an increase in violence that could very well be the beach tomorrow, that we are committed regionally, and that's why we're having those conversations. We're having the conversations with our federal partners. We're looking to stand up regional initiatives that will reduce crime and violence in the whole Hampton Roads community.
I would say get involved in the affairs of your community. If you're not involved in the affairs of your community, somebody else is. And what they are involved in is probably going to be that which prevails and prevents your neighborhood from moving forward. It does not take a great deal of effort. It does not require a great deal of courage. It just requires you to take one step.
I would just ask anybody watching or listening to engage in a thought experiment. The next time you get a news alert about a 15, 16, 17-year-old homicide victim, don't just click past it. Just sit for a minute and think about what you would want to do if it was your child.
Some strong final words from the chiefs there as we wrapped up our town hall and as we wrap up this special.
Yeah, before we go, we want to thank all the chiefs, Boone, Burke, Chandler, Drew, Newdigate, Talbot, and Wright, for their time and their honesty. We hope to continue this type of open conversation with them down the road. And we also want to extend a huge thank you to the staff at Slover Library in Norfolk for their hospitality in hosting this important town hall on a day they normally wouldn't have even been open, Janet.
And finally, we want to thank you for being a part of this important discussion, for sending your questions to the chiefs before and during the town hall, for watching and getting involved in this issue. And remember, you can watch the entire town hall on 13newsnow.com and on our YouTube page. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Dan Kennedy. 13 News Now at 6 starts with today's top headlines right now.